This is the Ben Lemos Show. Your game, your stories, your show.
What is good, everybody? Welcome back to another podcast. This is 2 days later after what we just did, the podcast from before. And a lot has happened. Jaylen Brown was unfortunately traded from the Boston Celtics to the Philadelphia 76ers for Paul George, and I believe I have the details right here. It was Paul George, 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks. And we obviously now do not know where our picks land. Like if it's the first round to the 2 first-round picks, which one's which. Like the number. Yeah, but anyways, all right, guys. Yeah, and I'm here with Josh. We're gonna give a little bit of our take on the Jaylen Brown situation that went down. So, for me personally, I think this was the worst ever move by a Boston Celtics GM ever, and the Celtics need to rethink everything with the way that they work completely, because it happened before with Isaiah Thomas. Like we said before in our last podcast, Isaiah Thomas was traded and we gave up on him. And I feel like even Jaylen Brown put in his thoughts online, and he said that we gave up on him, basically. And this is not how a company should work. I feel like we should have at least told him what was going to go down, because I feel like we definitely disrespected him.
And why.
And why. Yes.
The big thing is the why.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously.
So, I feel like that was horrible by us, which also deserves Brad Stevens and I forgot our president's name.
Bill Chisholm.
Yeah, Bill Chisholm.
Owner. Yep.
I feel like he's done jack crap. Like he's done nothing.
Awful job as the.
He did nothing for us. So I feel like Bill Chisholm or whatever his name is, and Brad Stevens needs to either change his role to still be a part with us, and because I think this is too much for him. Like, I don't think he can handle being in that position because to say yes or no, we want to make that trade. Because I bet you he was in a boardroom, there was like 5 other people around him, and they all put in their thoughts, and he was like, you know what? I'm done. Let's do this. Because I think he was thinking about everybody wants to split up the Jays, that whole thing. And if you turn on to 98.5, the Sports Hub, they're definitely talking about splitting up the Jays. They have been for the last month. So we got what we wished for, but when the Giannis thing backfired, we weren't able, and then we also, I'm just also upset that we weren't able to get VJ Edgecombe along with Paul George, because that also would have been more of a fair deal, but we obviously didn't want to trade Hugo Gonzalez along with it. So what do you think about this whole thing?
Yeah.
Please speak into the mic.
All right. I think this is, as you said, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen out of the Boston Celtics. It makes me question just about everything the team and city stands for. I first of all will just start off by saying you were an MVP candidate. I still, all bias aside, if it means most valuable player, I think Jaylen Brown should have won it, but that's beside the point. That really doesn't matter right now. He was an MVP candidate. He was one of the best players in the league last season. He showed why he's a top 10 to 7 or 8 player in the league. I love Jason Tatum. After what I saw this year, I don't know if he would have been able to do what Jaylen Brown did as the number 1. I'm not saying that I'm not saying that just because it's after he's been traded. I've said that during the season. And I just don't get this. I don't understand what the fetish was with trying to trade Jaylen Brown after everything he did for this team.
And he said that he was perfectly fine with being here. He said that he loved Boston, that he
would play here 10 more years.
Yeah.
I just don't understand the need for this, maybe. And I understand you wanted to get Giannis. He's a freaking unbelievable player. He could be one of the greatest to ever do it when it's all said and done.
I've hated Jaylen Brown and I've never liked him really much as a player. I respected him a lot this year and what he did for us while Jason Tatum was gone. But for that whole time, I wanted Jaylen Brown out. And I was a part of the team that said split up the Jays and split him up, get rid of him. But now I completely regret everything. And I'm like, I've mistaken.
You can't get it out.
I can't even
because
get it out.
it's
Like,
awful.
It's just,
I know.
we got Mitchell Robinson, and I thought that was horrible. But
Yeah.
I didn't think it could get worse by picking
Oh,
up.
don't doubt
But
this front office.
The only one that we had that was a great move was Vucevic.
I don't think
let
that
him
was
go.
letting him go.
Let him go.
I thought you meant getting him.
No, I meant letting him go.
Okay, I was like,
Yeah.
are you sure?
No, I meant
No.
letting him go.
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
the best move. But
No, maybe they're
this-
they're getting a little smarter. No.
yeah, then it just kept getting worse and worse.
So you know, obviously, very well. This is just a raw. It's 2 days later. Doing this right after, I'm sure, for either one of us would have been a bit of a struggle.
I know.
It wouldn't have been great.
When this
because
happened-
we would have been very angry.
You-
Couldn't get everything out.
You said you broke your door.
I wanted to break my door. Yes.
Because that's just how much of a struggle that it is for us Celtics fans to deal with this kind of ownership.
And if you told me this was going to be the reality 2 years ago, even if when we won a championship, but even if you told me we're up 3-1 against Philly and we're actually going to blow a 3-1 lead
Yeah.
and then Jaylen Brown is going to be traded in less than 2 months or in about 2 months, I don't understand what the need was to trade Jaylen Brown.
And this wasn't even our real big setback. I get that we lost to Joel Embiid. Boo-hoo.
This team was never meant to
could've-
go far this year.
What?
They weren't meant to
The
go
Celtics?
far. They were not meant to go far this year.
I don't know. I think we had a good push.
I thought they were going to be second round exits, but up 3-1.
I didn't think
Up
so.
3-1, they should have won. Let me tell you something though. They did not lose that series because of Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown. Even though Tatum missed the last game, whatever, they did not lose because
It was
of them.
Derek White
They
hucking
both
them
played
shots.
great. The overall supporting cast was just a ghost town. They were nowhere to be found. And I don't understand the need to split them up. I thought that was just
And
unbelievably stupid. I just feel that there's no need to split these two guys up who have been together 10 years or nine-ish years now. Yeah, 9 years. I don't understand it. It worked before. You won a ring. I really thought that shut up the agenda of splitting them up. I thought that was done. Because those two guys were your two best players when you won a championship. And you had a great supporting cast, and that's why you won. You had an awesome, well-rounded team, 1 through 9, 1 through 10, or whatever, right? Now you don't have that. You didn't have that this year. You didn't have that even last year when KP was hurt the whole time as well.
Our bench was horrible.
You did not have that, right? So then I guess it makes me wonder, I'm trying to make sense of it, but I'm not trying to make sense of it. I know I can't make sense of it. I'm trying to, from maybe if I don't agree with this, but maybe the front office thought these guys aren't going to win together. But then you get the reports yesterday that they didn't want to pay Giannis. This owner, Bill Chisholm, did not want to pay Giannis if we were to trade for him and sign an extension with him. And again, I'm totally against it. Obviously, right? But if you did happen, there's no doubt in my mind that you should extend Giannis Antetokounmpo. I still think you would have been just as good if you just swapped Brown for Giannis. So I was very against it. I thought Brown earned more of a respect here in Boston. But clearly I was wrong. I don't know if Brad's hand got forced by Bill Chisholm and the ownership. I
think Bill Chisholm knows enough about the Celtics history.
So you know, obviously, I just want to.
I think he just was in it for the money. Being the owner.
Yeah, put this out there for the for the records, right? I said when we hired this guy a couple months in, I just thought he was awful in his pressers, his interviews. I thought he had no clue what he was doing. I thought he should have no business owning a team. Clearly, this whole thing just is a disaster of a situation. It
Yeah.
was ruined. I do not know. Truthfully, I do not know how to accept this actually happened. And I mean, I would have been angry any way you look at it, regardless of what the package was they got back. I probably
Now,
would have been ticked off.
regardless of the trade package and everything that went along with it, do you think that, I don't mean to go this deep, do you think most of it was Joe Mazzulla's fault?
I mean, listen, I don't
Joe
know.
Mazzulla
So
kinda-
let me start off by saying I don't know how he's still here, but Jaylen Brown isn't, right?
That's my
first.
point.
I think the first move is to let this guy go because I don't think he has a true philosophy that's going to win you an NBA championship. But you could make the argument, they did before. But, I mean, they had the perfect roster for it.
Yes.
I feel like now they chuck up more threes than they did back 2 years ago when we won the chip.
This is
It's
the
like Papa's
most-
shot, but they just miss.
Yes.
It's Papa's
Yes.
shot, but if it
Exactly.
was like 30 feet
I
away.
completely agree with that.
I
I don't know why Joe Mazzulla told him to, if you find an open shot, just whip it, rather than,
take the ball inside.
like, honestly, I've hated it for a very long time when we've told Jaylen Brown to just drive to the paint and then get a foul. But I actually wanted to see more of that this season than previous years.
Yeah.
Because obviously the whole hucking up threes and it going nowhere, and I don't know. It's just I feel like the coaching was horrible, and I don't know what we need. I'm obviously not in an office. I don't the Celtics office. I don't know what's going on there, so I don't know how to fix it. But from my standpoint, like as a viewer and watching it, something's wrong, obviously. So
yeah. So I agree with that. I'm just like,
what do you think can be done to fix everything?
this
that can,
is so there's
like,
there's no coming back from this, right?
you
You don't come
just
back
went
from
too deep.
something this bad.
Yeah.
And even like the
Mm-hmm.
reason I think right now you could say it's a worse trade than the Luka trade is the
Yeah.
Mavericks still have Flag, who might end up being much better than Luka Doncic. And what did we
But-
get? We got Paul George, a first-round pick, a swap, which is meaningless, absolutely meaningless, and 2 horrible second-rounders, let alone the first-rounder from Philly we got is terrible because
Yeah.
Philly might be the best team in the East at this
Now,
point.
I heard on social media that we're trying to put all our money into Hugo Gonzalez and thinking that he's going to be the Spanish MJ.
Right,
like,
yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's what I've heard.
I think it's like, some
Like-
Boston fans are going to just be pissed off if he or like Shireman, after not being included in a trade, don't live up to expectations, which I think is unfair. It's not like these two guys went in the front office and said that they want to not be traded because they like it here, whatever, right? I look at them and I'm thinking like, these two guys didn't even play in the playoffs.
yeah.
So they're going to be motivated. But at the end of the day, I don't know. It's like I like the two guys. I could understand the reluctancy to make the trade, but would I
Yeah.
rather have Paul George in 2026 or would I rather have Jaylen and Hugo if they had to be traded? If the mind of the front office was made up for Giannis, then obviously you'd rather have that. But I don't think that there was much of an argument to have these guys be split up in the first place. I truthfully have to look at this, and I'll look at another team, and let's say, I don't know, like if you just pick any other team per se, right? And let's say like the Knicks and Jalen Brunson just didn't have the help he has. Obviously, he's a phenomenal player. He is the guy. But if you told me right now that they didn't have the guys like Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, or Josh
You
Hart,
wouldn't have won.
they would not have won. But it would probably be okay for the media to look at Brunson and Towns and say, "Oh no, don't split them up." But the Jays, we have to split them up. It's the same thing. There's no need to split these guys up. There's zero need for it. You need to just build a roster around these guys. Part of that is getting a new head coach because that hurt you in so many ways. Up 3-1, that chucking up threes. You could have had game 5-1 and it's over. But instead, if they didn't blow a 3-1 lead, I could promise you this trade probably wouldn't have happened. But then I always think in the back of my mind, it's like this owner is just unbelievably cheap. I think fans, honestly, after something as drastic as this, need to boycott, get this guy out of here. He does not know what he is doing running a basketball team. He has zero clue owning a team. No idea. Zero clue. He should not be here. Well, there's no world where this guy should be in charge of a basketball team.
I mean, this upcoming year, we have no interest in winning the NBA championship at all whatsoever.
They're not gonna be like an 8 seed.
We got freaking Mike Conley. You think that's going to help us?
Consolation prize, right?
Yeah, you think that's going to help us get to the freaking NBA finals? No. He's not a piece. He's just a rotation player. We're turning into the freaking Chicago Bulls.
He's not a rotation player anymore. He's just a vet. He's a locker room guy. He's not an all-star like he was.
Yeah, we're turning into the freaking Chicago Bulls. We're gonna keep getting new players. Swap them out, change it up, see what fits, and then by the year,
with no real goal of winning anything. Yeah, just wanting to be mediocre.
And then by the year 2030 or 2031, 31, we're gonna have like a solid lineup. We're gonna have a solid lineup. And that's when we're gonna have
that's when Tatum's gonna be like in his 30s. So what does that do you now?
And honestly, by then, who knows? We might even trade Jason Tatum along with
next summer. Tatum might want to leave, and you know what? I don't blame him. Yeah. I could tell you right now, after seeing the non-existent loyalty, Tatum, I would want out. I would want to get out of this city after that. After I saw what just happened, I would want to get out. There's no loyalty whatsoever. I am rooting for Jaylen Brown in Philadelphia. I would not mind seeing them win the whole thing next year. I really wouldn't.
And that's crazy because 2 or 3 years ago, obviously there are enemies. All of 76ers. Yeah, the 76ers
not Jaylen, but
we hated
Embiid.
Joel.
It's Embiid.
Yeah.
Maxey, I've always been a Tyrese Maxey guy since Kentucky.
I
think
respect
he's great.
VJ.
VJ's a good player.
Yeah. His first game against us, wasn't it against us? His first game?
Yeah, he had 34 or something.
And but he didn't even really show who he really is. Obviously, it was a first game, but
he had the most points in a rookie game.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he didn't really do that much because when I watched him,
he had the best rookie debut ever.
Then to me, it was a humble viewing. I didn't really see much go on, but
or you just thinking of another game. I mean,
I was thinking about another game.
The first game he had here was in TD Garden. I knew this kid's going to be really special. I think everyone did.
My bad. Yeah, I guess I probably was sleeping or something. I don't know.
I mean, that's what you might have to do a lot of instead of watching the Celtics this year. Just go to sleep. What is there to
honestly
to get excited?
Honestly,
about?
you could be like Uncle Fern and just drink your way out. Drink your way out of view.
Now, being a Boston Celtics fan, you could say we're spoiled, right? And I mean, we obviously haven't seen 18 of them. We've seen we've had recollection
Super Bowls on Super Bowls.
We've had a recollection of one NBA championship in 2024, right? But
I mean, in 2022 we could have had it. But
the competitiveness was always there. This team was always in the playoffs. Yeah. But I'll raise the bar further. You could still say there's no need to feel the way you do or you're spoiled or whatnot. Mm-hmm. But there was a lot of years of just disappointment. It was just disappointment. Mm-hmm. It was disappointment every year, no matter how far you would do, you would get. Yeah. Or how great you do in the regular season. It was disappointment. I don't think you can say that that's really being spoiled.
Look, if I was a fan of any other team in the NBA, I'd have my hands behind my back like this and just be like, "Oh my God, we are fine now because
we're the laughing stock of the
Celtics,
league now.
Yeah,
we are the laughing stock of the league. The most historic
Now.
franchise. Yeah. We were the most historic franchise until now. We're historic for the wrong reason. Yeah, we made a historically bad
Google
move.
ad where it's the most loyal team. Did you remember
the Gemini
that?
one. Boston's fans are
the loudest, and then they showed Madison Square Garden being But anyways, I feel like that's just gonna go down the drain. Yeah, and I don't mean to switch up the sports, but the Red Sox. been notorious for this, trading away players for God know what's reason. Like, why? Like, we obviously had to trade Devers and stuff, but because of the situation that went down with the arguing and not getting the right amount of, like, minutes and stuff. But anyways, it's happened in previous years with Boston sports where we've had a rough time with trading and stuff. So I feel like we're probably gonna come out of this and we're gonna be fine in the future. I feel like we could be fine in the future. I don't think everybody should keep their heads that low. Like, you know, like there is a future.
So,
but this is just a setback.
I don't care if you finish first in the NBA or in the conference and
because I've already given
and win a championship. Yeah. I don't understand. I don't know how you could say Jaylen Brown was like a bad player. I don't give a damn what the analytics say. I think
Jaylen Brown was never a bad player.
The ultimate form of an analytic is just to sit down and watch a game, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know if like taking us to the second seed when we should have been like in the lottery picking is much of a analytic that people are going to look at and have a viewpoint on, because clearly they just look at all his numbers and, oh, we were better when he was off the floor or whatnot. Like it blows my mind that some people can look at analytics. Like the Trailblazers reportedly didn't want Brown because the analytics team said he was a negative asset, negative player. I think The Athletic put that out and Bleacher Report put it out earlier today. I don't really get it. I don't. They had Portland. I mean, I don't understand why you would think that. But they're not the only ones. Obviously, there was something I was reading on where something I saw about the analytic, like best players analytically. Jaylen Brown was like 71. And I think just to make the argument even stronger for what I'm trying to say, Jalen Brunson was like in the same area he was. So it just goes to show that means absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
The analytics don't prove a damn thing in this aspect. And I think what we're trying to just say is when Jaylen Brown went out there every night, he put his head forward. He gave the city everything he had. And, I mean, the ultimate analytic is he won a championship and won a finals MVP. So I really just don't understand.
No one can take that away from him.
I hope he does it again in Philadelphia. As much as I don't want the Sixers to win,
Yeah.
I want him to win. I want him to drop 50 on the Celtics every time he sees them. This should not have happened. There's absolutely no convincing to me that he ever should have been traded.
No.
I mean, he was my favorite player on the team, so I can understand if like you could see my point come across as biased. But at the end of the day, I look at what he did for this team this year, and I think to myself, okay, let's reward him by trading him, who, by the way, never asked out. Let's get that clear. Never asked out. In addition to that, never asking out now. Before never asked out, and guess what? Was tried to be or was included in a package for Kevin Durant in 2022. But he put his head forward and kept playing. Won a championship. I thought this was, or not the next year, 23, but 24 was when we won a championship. He played in 22 to 23. 2024 won a 23 offseason, signed the huge extension, which is not bad money considering some of the contracts that are going to be given out, which everyone will see in due time. 2024, shown he was worth it, won a championship, right? Okay. Now, this is different because after everything he was given, this is different. They tried to trade him again. And guess what? Even as it's so much worse than it was before, but he still didn't ask out. No matter how different it was, he still didn't ask out. And guess what? They traded him away. And I still think some of it falls on Brad because
some of it.
I don't think that while I think ownership over the last few days, I've kind of maybe been a little, I don't want to say too hard on Brad Stevens, but at least just thinking what if he didn't. No, I was hard on him. I mean, I don't know if it's a situation where his hand was forced and had like nothing to do with it, to the point where it was not nothing to do with it, but to the point where to the point where, like, he's thinking, like, these owners are going to do something, and maybe he was pressured by ownership. Maybe he was,
No.
But
To me,
yeah.
what is done is done. Like, you can't reverse any of this. It is done. It's pish posh, like, it's done.
Yeah.
So he shook hands with whatever Philadelphia associate representative,
The front office in
front
Philly,
office.
yeah.
He shook hands and sent him off. As a fan, I don't
Daryl Morey
like
wishes he was still there, but yeah.
at this point, as a Celtics fan, I don't want to look back and say, like, look at all the emotions and stuff.
Well, I'll promise you right now.
I know you're big into, like, the emotional part of the respect of Jaylen Brown,
City,
but
right? You're
to
just
me, I'm
overlooking
trying to
it for
look
now. Yeah.
at
Well, not
the future,
overlooking,
what
but
we can do.
like literally overlooking it
Yeah.
for something. Yeah.
Because I just want the best for this team. I want the best, and I want whatever it takes. But, like, with this kind of, obviously, I'm repeating what I've said in the previous, like, couple of minutes. But I just want what's best for the team, and that's not Brad Stevens.
Yeah, I think.
Brad Stevens is not a part
I don't
of
think
what's
Danny
best.
Ainge would have ever done something like this, and the ownership group and
Yeah.
whatnot too. While they could have had a big part, I think playing devil's advocate, actually, to my own point a few minutes ago or a few seconds ago, whatever, right? I mean, this Brad did try to trade him in 22. So, and Brad's not afraid to shake up the roster and make a big move. So it does make me think
Yeah.
he is a lot to blame for it. If he had nothing to do with accepting this specific deal, right? I still think he had something to do with Jaylen Brown being included in trade packages, actively being shopped around the league for what? I don't understand what the need for this was.
It's
And
literally
don't
like going
tell
in
me-
my NBA.
don't tell me it's to save
Yeah.
money, because guess what? This ownership is rich.
Yeah.
And OKC's team, right? They won a championship last year. They're not going to trade Shea, J-Dub, or Chet. You know why? Because those are three guys that won them a championship and can damn well do it again. So that's going to come before the money.
Yeah.
They're not worried about any potential frozen draft picks in like 7 years. That's not a problem right now. So, but I don't understand what this is. You're not even to the stupidity of the front office. You're not even saving money with this. You're not saving any money. Paul George has a player option at the end of this season for over $50 million, which I can promise you he will opt into.
Yeah.
And no one's going to trade him. I didn't know who the heck would have ever taken the Paul George contract. I thought Philly was stuck with it. Clearly, I should have just looked at my own team and said they're going to be the idiots to take it on. They're the ones that ended up taking it. And guess what? We're the suckers that fell for it, and no one wants it. No one wants this trade, this contract. It's non-tradable. And it's only tradable to the Boston
The
Celtics.
whole NBA,
That's who we got for Jaylen Brown.
Like you said, we are the laughingstock. Like, everybody laughed at us. And I was
As they
looking
should.
everywhere.
They should. Everyone should.
I was looking everywhere on social media. And they're like, oh my God, what is this?
Yeah. Yeah, it's it's a disgrace. It's
Like-
just an absolute disgrace to every Boston Celtics fan. It's a disgrace to the organization and what
on
it
your
was.
emotional
it's just a
side,
disgrace for them.
I feel like we do deserve an apology
everyone does.
from the organization.
Well, I think there should be a boycott if enough people don't go to games.
I did say that to you once before, and I
Did
said
you
we
really?
we should wear the jerseys.
Oh yeah.
Wear
yeah.
the Jaylen Brown jersey.
Boycott
and-
that boycott the Garden. Do not
and
go
say-
to a game as long as the general management and the front office and the coaching, even the coaching, I'm throwing it in there, front office, general manager, and ownership, are all gone.
Yeah,
That's
I
the
mean,
only
I'm
way.
not the one to organize a peaceful protest. I am not the one
But there's
to
Celtics Nation
promote
is
it.
pretty
I'm
loud.
not one to
Celtics Nation
demand
is
it.
Right. Celtics Nation is loud. I don't want to be the
yeah,
one to
I'm-
demand it. But I guess what I'm trying to say is if there is one, I will maybe go.
Yeah.
I mean, the Dallas fans did it with Luka. I don't know if they gathered enough people.
Yeah, because the Nico
Harrison
Nico Harrison,
traded.
that's his name, yeah.
And, Brad Stevens with a Nico Harrison-esque move here, possibly worse. Just like, July 4th. Tomorrow's July 4th. July 4th of 2016 when Kevin Durant signed with the 73-9 Warriors. I was a little kid. That was the most frustrated I've been as I got older. I still don't think, obviously, you're younger, but still I don't think the level of frustration I had then really eclipsed, reached, a new height. I don't think that happened. But on July 1st of 2026, 10 years later, when the Boston Celtics agreed to trade Jaylen Brown, that happened. Mind you, for Paul George in 2026, in meaningless draft capital, that is what they traded Jaylen Brown for. Paul George and meaningless draft capital. They will not. I'm not going to say I don't know how you come back from this. Because you don't.
Look, I know
there's no coming back from this.
I know the Celtics
promise that.
Organization is gonna. Obviously, people are gonna want to go to games. It's gonna
be
sold out.
No one will boycott though.
Nobody.
They will go to games.
People will go to games.
They'll sell it out.
But I feel like there's gonna be chance during the game, because there's gonna be a handful of people. We're gonna grow the guts to actually talk.
Like we want Jaylen back.
Yeah. We're gonna.
Or get Paul George off.
If
sell the team chance. Sell the team.
Yeah.
Sorry.
If Jaylen Brown's at the line, we still love you, kind of thing, or we never gave up
or
on you,
even like MVP chance
or
in
just,
Boston. That would
we're gonna show love to him when he's back, and I can already predict it. Like we're gonna be
with this ownership. A tribute video might be too expensive. They might not even want to do that.
Oh my God!
Telling you, I'm telling you right now. I never in my lifetime have heard sell the team chance in Boston, but I would love to start one.
I mean, Red Sox. Red Sox.
Yeah, I mean for Celtics.
I know for Celtics. Yeah.
I don't know much about other sports, but don't. I mean, obviously my stance could change, but as it is right now, I don't want to go to a game next season. And if I
didn't go to a game last year.
If I own up to that, like if I go to it, if I own up to it, like I own up to it. That's it. That's all it will be. I will own up to it if I do end up going.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you right now, as it is right today,
honestly,
me and probably a lot of other people do not want to step foot inside of TD Garden to watch a Celtics game.
If I step into Boston, the tickets are going to be dirt cheap, and I'm going to have nothing to do. And I would have to be very, very outstanding bored. I have to be completely bored out of my mind in order to go to a game.
Yeah.
And then
that's some people I've heard don't even want to watch it on TV.
Yeah.
And I get where they're coming from.
Like people who live in Boston, Uncle Fern, they're gonna be going to the games, and I know he's gonna be saying something right now, that he's screw the Celtics, screw them. It happened with the Red Sox, where he said, screw the Red Sox. You see Uncle Fern at the next game.
He's mad about this ownership, and he's 100% correct.
I'm just talking
this
about
diehard
fans.
I know what you mean. Boston is a lot of diehard fans, right? Mm-hmm. But this ownership, this is the worst thing I've ever seen. This is the dumbest ownership ever for just because of all the reasons that have came out today. Mm-hmm. It makes this just so much worse.
Look, this reminded me of the time. Obviously, I wasn't born for it, but when Babe Ruth got traded, you know what he got traded for? A play, a freaking New York play. And
I've heard this. You've told me this story.
Babe Ruth got traded for basically a play that lasted a year. And this is a legacy of a player. That nothing's worse than that. But in my opinion, this could be the second worst. This could well off be the
Paul George needed steroids to suspend him 25 games and then get him through the playoffs, right? He's not durable anymore. He was good in the playoffs. I would be just totally not correct to say he was not good. He was really good in the playoffs. But we were also just horrendous. Yeah. And he's just getting older. I'm sorry,
I got nothing left to say.
but I don't either. I feel like I've poured my thoughts, into this. And this is just like the most disgusting display of Jaylen Brown. This is the thanks he gets for being in this city 10 years, giving it everything he had, bringing a championship here. And his name is going to be on the 2024 Larry O'Brien finals, or the trophy and the finals MVP.
Yeah.
The Bill Russell finals MVP, Jaylen Brown. You would not have won the series without him. You would not be anything close to what you are without him.
Yeah, and I feel
this
like
team would be. You have to look at it and just say, what if you picked instead of Jaylen Brown at 3, you took a Dragon Bender or something like that.
I kind of do think
or Buddy Hield. You got the pick right. Danny Ainge got the pick right. So thank this guy, because without Jaylen Brown, you would be nothing right now.
Yeah. Well, we're going to leave on a pretty salty note, but
Pretty just overall for us, a very frustrating July 4th season. Not fun.
that's the point of this show. This show, just like the LeVar Ball podcast,
Yeah.
he said that he's being all real, all legit, full of feels. And this is what we're doing on this show.
Yeah.
We're demonstrating on what we think as Boston Celtics fans on just what's happening in the world. So, without further ado, we're going to close this out before we start ranting another hour long.
We could probably be
go
here,
longer,
and you'll hear fireworks going off
Yeah.
in like 3 hours.
Because
night.
because we have fireworks on the 3rd. So.
You will hear fireworks if we continue to talk about this.
But anyways.
It's unfortunate. It sucks. It hurts. And everything in between. And I am just truthfully will never get over this one. This
All
is
right.
the worst thing that has ever happened to the Celtics for me, when I've been around.
Well, thank you guys so much for watching, if you made it this far into listening to our rants. But if you did, make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to this guy. He's going to be posting stuff on his podcast show.
Gonna try to get that off the ground soon, for sure.
We'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Thanks for watching The Ben Lemos Show. If you enjoyed today's episode, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an interview, update, or breaking sports story. Check out one of these videos next, and I'll see you in the next episode.